Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 127 of Direwolf20's Modern Skyblock series. We've got a fancy tool. Look at this nifty looking gadget. It's pretty awesome. So last episode, we finally cracked into the Avaricia endgame quests by getting ourselves an Infinity Catalyst, which had a broken crafting recipe for some reason, and I definitely left this in the table in an attempt to get you to behave, and still no luck. Not sure why the recipe ain't working, but so we had to cheat some in, but that's okay, no big deal. We got it going. When in doubt, cheat. Is that a good saying? I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but yeah. Long story short, we did some cool stuff. So we do have some infinite resource items to get here that we should have access to, right? Infinite RF. I don't know how much power that generates. I guess we'll find out. The creative capacitor, that kind of stuff, right? So I guess what we should look at is creative capacitor. So what would that be involved in? I'm curious to see like what kind of things are involved in making this. So that doesn't look all that bad. Some infinity blocks, a few infinity catalysts, a cryostabilized flux duct. Frankly, that ain't so bad. That ain't so bad at all. Now you get 4 of those along with some creative flux capacitors from Draconic, and some infinity blocks and some reactor savers, and also not bad. That recipe is really not that bad. Yeah, that ain't bad. I mean, especially if we can dupe some of this stuff, which I'm imagining we might be able to. And that's a creative RF source from Draconic. That's what mod that's from. Interesting. So we might knock those out, just for fun and profit. How is my, speaking of things and stuff, 120 million RF tech still going in there. We've got 11 trillion RF stored, which isn't even 1% of our almost infinite. That's how much RF we can store, by the way. That's the number that almost infinite means. Just putting that out there. I'm giving you guys some time to read that number because it's a big number. It's a little ridiculous. So let's look into maybe getting. I'm just curious how much infinite RF tech is from the Draconic creative thing, right? So like maybe we'll knock that out. I don't know. We'll see. I already have. Why is this quest complete? Flux capacitor creative. I didn't ever have one of those, did I? It's weird. I don't think I had one of those, did I? I'm trying to think back if I ever did. It's probably like either it's recognizing something like this as completing that quest. That's what it must be. That's the only explanation I can come up with, at least. So flux capacitor creative, huh? So that's what we need to get. Let's get one of those if we can. Creative flux capacitor. So for this, we're going to need some basic energy cells. That's an interesting choice. Some neutronium blocks, right? So we have neutronium, right? What I'm going to do is get a block and just teach the EMC value thing real quick. So that would be this dude. Doot. And, we can get as many neutronium blocks as we need. I'm thinking this shouldn't be too bad, right? Energy cell. I'm thinking what I should do is maybe teach this guy how to make energy cells super quick, right? You don't know how to make this yet? You stink, Direwolf, at this game. You are bad at playing this. Okay, so that means you should know this now. Oh, no, first we need you to know this. Oh my goodness, you don't even know lead gears. Holy cow. To be fair, some of these recipes, like especially lead gears, might have been changed in the pack update, so that's very possible. And might explain what the problem could be. Cool. And then this dude. So if we got a bunch of energy cells, that would be good. I don't know how many we need, right? Creative flux capacitor needs 5 times 4. We need like 20 of them. Not a problem. Cool. All right, what else do we need to get the creative flux capacitor? We need iron, gold, and lapis. Iron. Oh, right. Iron, gold, and lapis, right? We need redstone, quartz, and copper. Redstone, nether quartz, right? And copper. And then we need emerald, diamond, and nickel. Emerald, diamond, and nickel. And then we need silver, lead, and tin. So silver, lead, and tin. Singularities. Cool. And then we need some resonant flux capacitors, and the rest seems pretty easy. I think we already have cryo-stabilized. Didn't we do this? We have one, so that's cool. We did it for something, I remember, a long time ago. Now, how many of these do we need to get? Flux capacitor resonant. We need 3, 4, okay, 12. Nice. Flux capacitor. So if I just upgraded you to resonant, right? Didn't I have... And then some pyrotheum dust. Shouldn't be too hard to get. Is this EMCable? It is not. Womp womp. But this, also not. But here's the question. Can you be duped? Can you be duped? Dupe, 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 dupe. You can go in there, but you can't go in there. Oh, well, that's a shame. That's a shame. So I'm going to need a dozen of these. So I think what I should do is program this guy. We should probably teach him how to be crafted, right? Hopefully that's not the end of the world. We're going to have to just see if this works. But we need a dozen of them. We've already got one, right? So that shouldn't be too bad. We just have to give it all the recipes. You can see how many broken recipes are there from when I updated this pack a few days ago. So many broken things, but that's okay. Hey, patterns. I need more of you. Thanks. All right, so that's the Electrum tier. And I'm pretty sure all the other stuff is in there, right? Does Signalum have an EMC value? It does. Do you know how Signalum works? You do. Good job. Good job, me. So worst case, right, we could always just let EMC produce some of these resources, right? So like if I got rid of Enderium as a pattern and we got rid of... can I do that? Signalum? You might not even have Signalum as a pattern, so we'll just put that away. And then we'll upgrade you so that hopefully it'll use EMC as needed, right? So now I should be able to come in here and look for a capacitor. So if I want, you know, a dozen of you, that might work. Does that look like it's working? We're going to find out if it gets stuck on the invert here. No, it does look like it's working, so that's cool. Sweet. All right, not too shabby. I like it. All right, so let's come over here and just say, hey, what do we use you for, right? So we also need some infinity catalysts and infinity blocks, right? So let's get as many infinity blocks as we have. 38 will hopefully be enough. Infinity catalysts. I don't think we need more than a stack of neutronium blocks. We need those energy cells, which unfortunately we do have 20 that we need to get. So here's what we're gonna have to do. And we should have everything else, right? Yeah, I think we're cool. I think we're cool. All right, so let's do this. Let's put yeah, you guys are gonna fill up, but I don't really care. So that's 1, 2, 3 down and 3 to the left. 3 down and 3 to the left, right? It's the third on the left. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So here. Right? Is that about right? I think that's right. No, it should be more like that. Yes, that looks right. And then the copper singularity, and then 1, 2, 3. And then we've got 3 infinity blocks. And then 1, 2, 3, and then we've got the emerald singularity, and then 1, 2, 3. And I assume that we have 3 infinity blocks here. Yes, correct. Cool. And then you guys around like that. Cool. 3 infinity blocks go here and here. Cool. And that's all the infinity blocks and the capacitors that we need. Neutronium goes in the 4 corners. Now I'm just curious, I wonder if I can dupe this thing. And then it's just cells and the other things, right? So I should be able to put you guys away and you guys away. This can go in the center. Cool. Now if I did that and put a couple of these things away that I probably don't need at the moment. Right, now we got some cells. So close. So close. I'll just remember that our lifestone is in there. Should I be able to click you in? Oh, you're killing me. Killing me. All the clicking with this table. The worst part about using this mod is not having to get all the things that are required to make stuff. It's actually crafting with it. Where's the irony? Alright, so we need iron, gold, lapis, redstone, quartz. Iron, gold, lapis, redstone, quartz. And then we need diamond, nickel, silver, lead. Diamond, nickel, silver, lead, tin. You're killing me. Why you no work? This looks right to me. Energy cell basics, that's what the recipe claims it needs. Man, all the Avaricia crafting recipes are broken. And this is the latest version of the pack. Maybe not all of them are broken, but enough of them are broken. Because Infinidian gets worked at least, right? So that should be Creative Cell. So it looks like it's cheating time. So creative energy cell, or no, creative flux capacitor. Where are you? Huzzah! So are you dupable? That's, you know, a question for the ages. You are not, which is unfortunate because I need how many of these? I need 4 of these. Okay. Again, not a hard thing to get. Very easy to get all the things we need for that. Just crafting it is annoying because of table. Now, what about a creative flux capacitor here? That doesn't look too hard. We need some draconic flux capacitors. All right, because I wouldn't mind getting that one too. So let's come back in a sec once I've prepared myself for the pain that I'm about to experience. All right, guys, we're back. So in progress over here should be some crafting happening. Yay! I kicked off the craft for a dozen of those things. Let's see if I can dupe draconic flux capacitors. Of course I can. I can't dupe anything. I want to dupe everything, and I can't dupe it. All right, so you're not the end of the world, though. You aren't. You aren't the end of the world. And in fact, you might even know how to make most of those things. So if I just did that, you don't know how to make one of these? Well, you do now. So Wyvern flux capacitors is cool. Hey. There you go. And then you can be upgraded into that. So at least that's not a new fusion crafting recipe, because that would be annoying to teach, right? So with that said, you will need a dozen of these, right? So a dozen? It's like, you want to make what? Wow, are we really missing Awakened Draconium? I thought we had like a stupid amount of that stuff. Didn't we have a stupid amount of that stuff somewheres? Oh, that's right, I turned you. I thought we made a ton of it though. No, we made a ton of the spirally things, didn't we? Yeah, we made a ton of the spirally things. We made a ton of the spirally things. So you're just sitting here being goofy, right? Let's do this. Let's remove you. Let's do another drawer, compacting drawer, dude. Hey, oh, I'm still whoops. Didn't even realize I'd left it on from before. All right, so compacting drawer. Hey, compacting drawer. Just get a bunch extra wood going on in here. And I saw myself put that little goofy thing away. All right, now we'll get a compacting drawer. So here's what I'm thinking, right? Can I have an Awakened Draconian block, please? That shouldn't be too high of a demand. And hey, you, come out for a sec. Thanks, Chief. Okay, and item ducts. So that should be cool. Now what I'm thinking is a drawer controller. Well, maybe not. Let's just do storage bus right into you. All right, cool. So now you've got access to all that Awakened Draconium, which of course, compacting drawer doesn't work with. Isn't that lovely? All right, so we'll get this dude. We'll do that. We'll do that, that, and that. All right, and then we probably have to teach you how to craft Awakened Draconium the other direction, right? So what we're gonna have to do is find our Awakened Draconium recipe. Craft 1 Awakened with 9 nuggets, right? So I'm gonna remove you. I'm gonna put that over here. And then what I'm gonna do is just do, hey, that. So now you know how to craft Awakened Draconium using the blocks. Cool. Okay. And now what we can do is say, hey, Draconic, I want a dozen of these things, and we might have enough Awakened Draconium to go. Does that sound cool? Thinking about it, missing 1168. Really? And what I should probably do is get rid of also the crafting recipe for this. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best, right? Okay. So we just have to wait for some duping of Awakened Draconium to get going. Yeah, we just need another stack. That should take no more than a minute. Cool. All right. So the other thing with Draconic Evolution we've got is this thing is still in progress, right? Everybody's behaving. You got stuck for some reason. I have no idea why, so we're just canceling you. You are still in the progress of crafting our Wyvern cores. I assume that you're working and behaving yourself. Psst. You should be working. What happened over here? Oh, killing me, Smalls. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Let me figure out what went wrong here. All right, so I'm debating whether I want to like automate this a little bit more, but like now I've got it set up like this, right? We might have to do that, but for a dozen of these, I need what? You're available. You have to craft 10 of those. You're available. Okay, so you have a little bit of crafting to do, but I think we can pull that off. So some auto crafting remains, right? But we should have our chaotic cores now. Now the other thing that we're going to need to get this thing going is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 chaotic infusion crafting injectors, right? Which might be a nuisance. So you're not automated, which means I can borrow you for a sec and find out if I can dupe you. Yay, I can. Yay, I can. Yay, I can. That's what's up. And you go back to working. Sweet. Well, that would have been a huge pain to craft, so I'm super glad that that was doable. All right, so we've got you. All right, so draconic flux. That's the guy we're looking to make, right? So we need a dozen of these. We also need reactor stabilizers, which hopefully also I can do because they are also annoying to craft, as I recall, right? Please be dupable. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. Celebratory dancing in the streets. That is awesome. That is super awesome. Good work. Good work, mods. Good work. All right, so then we just need infinity blocks and neutronium blocks, and we should be cool. Infinity blocks, or not those. And neutronium blocks. Sweet. All right. I don't know that I need quite that many. And then we need our draconic dudes, which should be done. Well, we've got 2 of them. What is cooking? You are working on some of these things. Cool. So that'll be probably not too long, only about a minute. So let's just validate that we are cool with everything that we need here, right? So yet again, a broken crafting table recipe. And I kind of want to leave it there. Let's do that. We're going to eventually just have like a wall of crafting table with junk in them that doesn't work. So ultimately, we're just saying that we're short on the draconic flux dudes, right? So you're still in the progress of crafting them. That actually should be wrapping up like right about now, right? You just need a couple wyvern cores to go, and then you should be good. So hopefully you don't get stuck here, right? Don't get stuck. If these 2 go at the same time, they tend to get stuck. What are you even doing in here? You should not have a purple block. If I wasn't wrapping up this series soon, I would probably wind up fixing this a bit. So you are scheduled to make a few more. Wyvern cores. I'm holding on to 1 block, and I know that the last one that this is about to make is going to be the troublemaker. So now we're going to be short a draconian block, right? Yep. And then I put that in, and we're cool. And now you've completed that craft. Nice. All right. Yes, I know. Take that, infinite damage. All right. So over here, we're going to pop into this dude, and we're just missing the draconic reactor core, which I remember also being an annoying craft. So just in case we need to make a few more of these, right? Is this dupable? Apparently, yes. Would you look at that? Good job. That sounds dangerous, right? Okay, cool. So we're gonna, you know what I'm gonna put back in here is the infinities. Just cause. We want that running because infinities we need a decent amount of, like not a ton, but a decent. All right, so now we should be able to come over here and please work. Oh, I need, well, speaking of infinities. Speaking of needing more infinity blocks, right? Oh, come on, recipes. None are working. It's a very sad day. It's broken. So again, we've got a creative flux capacitor now? Is that quest complete? Yay, quest complete. Huzzah. That's cool. Can source or sink 1 billion RF a tick? That's cool. That's kind of cool. Right? And then ultimately, we would just need to craft a few more of these each to get the creative RF source. So all these crafting recipes seem to be broken, which is a bummer. But it's all good. It's all good in the hood. All right, back in a minute. So interesting thing that I just learned. We might be having a problem. I think having those in my inventory is bad. Or maybe these are my inventory being bad. All right, what is happening to my RF right now? I'm losing literally 2 billion RF, and I don't know why. What's in my inventory that could be absorbing RF? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Where could all that RF be going? It's not to these guys, because everything's shut down over here. Where is my RF going? Do I have one? I do have one in here. Haha. Okay, it's still there, and I'm terrified because that's what happened. There we go. Now you're cool? Whew, much better. All right, you broke. Fusion electromagnet. Are we good now? Are we cool? Anybody else break over here? Not that I'm super relying on this for power at this point now. Solar's my obvious main source of power. But, you know. Go on, power up, Chief. There you go. Good job. Hey, now we're cooking again. Nice. So I did find out via Rorax and people commenting, I can cool these fusion connectors, which helps keep our temperature at a nice efficient range, because if it does get too hot, then we start losing efficiency again. And obviously, of course, you can make this a bigger ring. This was like one of the smaller rings that you could make for fusion reactors. So anyway, you should all be back to behaving. Oh, thank you. Thank you, reactor stabilizers. That is cool. So, yeah, today we learned an important lesson. When you have infinity things in your inventory and you have a wireless charging enabled. Disabled? Can you disable? Thanks, Chief. My theory is if I disable that, right, and then we have our creative items in the inventory, you should now not be trying to drain all the power in the world. Yay! Crisis averted. I went to dupe more reactor stuff, right? Because we needed more reactor stabilizers to make this thing, the creative RF source. And when I went to do that, it didn't want to work. So I was like, hey, what's going on? where's all my power going? And I discovered that it was literally all disappearing. And I was like, that looks bad. All right, so now yet another crafting recipe time. We are missing a draconic reactor core, and that is it. Wah, 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 wah. Another recipe not working, but that's okay, because we're going to cheat it in, because that's what we do. Creative RF source. Ding. Yay! Quest complete. So how much RF do you generate, Chief? Because I have to imagine it's a lot. Is it 1.1 billion? We're going to find out. Flux point, flux plug. Make a few more of these for me, would you? I'm suspecting it might be per side, and if I'm correct about that, what would be cool is that we might get like a lot of RF out of this. Not a ton, though potentially a ton, because I have ideas. Actually, yes. Yes, I have a couple ideas that might make this ridiculous, and we are getting close to wrapping up point. So we're not gonna get too crazy potentially on this, right? But we'll find out. Oh, good, there you go. You're making more plugs. 3, 4, 5. Thank you. So let's actually take this. I don't know where I want you to even live. How about here? Sure, why not? So I'm gonna pop you here. So if I pop this dude on this and connect you to the generators network, you're producing 2.15 billion RF a tick, is that correct? Neat. 2.15 billion RF a tick. Now what if I do that? Are you also 2.15? It would appear so. So it's 2.15 billion RF a tick per side, right? So that should be somewhere around 12 billion RF a tick? 13. Yeah, nice. Nice, 13 billion RF a tick. Not too shabby. Now here's a question. Right? Here's a question. You ready for my question? Are you ready for my question? Actually, yeah, I could have done a craft there, but we'll just do this. I want a proper watch anyway. Does this... Well, we ain't crashed the game yet, so that's a thing. No, that doesn't actually do anything. However... Oh, right, I'm still in cheat mode. Let's make this properly. What if... Now, bear with me. What if... we did this? Get me more flux plugs, would you, buddy? So what if... Is this going to crash the game if I go up 1y? And what direction is that? Towards positive x. Does that work? You didn't connect. That's a little bit not good. Right, so you're now connected to that thing, right? So can I put my flux plug there? You're not connecting, which is a bad sign. All right, how about the actually additions one? Phantom... energy face. So we need a phantom face, which means we're going to need one of you. Good. I just want to test this. Just testing at this point. It doesn't like... So it doesn't recognize it as an RF provider. That's interesting. Not the right type of block for an energy face. Oh well, it was worth a try. I guess one more thing we could try. That's a good time right there, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you love it? How's that? Oh, that's interesting. Your input's 0 on that side. So we're still chilling around 13 billion. That's interesting. So what if I put you there? You are working, which is cool. Huh. I wonder if the limit of the plugs is 2.15 billion. That might be the case. Anyway, wrapping up point for the episode. Ep127 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We might have 1 or 2 more of these, but we're definitely clearly wrapping up the season pretty soon here. So for now, take it easy, guys.